Okay guys, hi, so this is our review of Falcon and the Winter Soldier episode 4. I was a bit late with episodes 2 and 3, so I think we kind of missed the zeitgeist for that moment. So you saw episode 3, obviously you're up to speed. But just a couple of concerns that you had with episode 3. You're not entirely convinced by Daniel Brühl, are you, as Zemo?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't know what he's doing there. It doesn't convince me on any level.
Right.
I mean, clearly he's going to be very important somewhere.
Yeah.
And he keeps nipping off round the corner.
I quite like him. He seems.
I like him, but I don't. And he's got to have a, you know, something. They've got to give us some storyline.
Well, yes, he's got a massive storyline. He's sort of like, he's kind of become part of the kind of threesome of the Avengers, and
yeah, but
he's a baddie. And do we trust?
Yeah.
No, and we're not supposed to trust him. I quite like all that.
Okay.
Okay. Well, so this episode obviously moves on with this whole idea of them trying to get the what they call the flag smashers. What they're called? The flag smashers. So they're trying to intercept the flag smashers, who are these super soldiers that are souped up with super soldier serum.
Yes,
super soldier serum.
Super soldier serum.
And so the chase has taken them. Now, you watched the first episode of The Boys, and you weren't impressed, were you?
I wasn't not impressed.
Well, you didn't go back to it.
No, I didn't go back to it.
Well, anyway, for me, this episode was really reminiscent of a whole subplot, or a major plot, actually, in The Boys, which is about this Compound V, I think it's called, which is the thing that makes superheroes in The Boys. And I thought this was a really interesting... Yeah, a bit like Kryptonite, although has the opposite effect on Superman, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
But this super soldier serum, I thought there was a really interesting soliloquy. I mean, that's kind of Shakespeareanising it a bit, but from Daniel Brühl's Zemo character, when he talked about how any superhero-ness is essentially a supremacist desire.
Yes.
What did you think of that? I thought that kind of brought a really different sort of angle on the whole superhero concept.
It did, and also it's pretty much inarguable, isn't it?
It is. Well, he said it was.
Yeah.
And I was pretty convinced by his argument.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, I am. In fact.
You know, and I think it was really intriguing and very brave to draw parallels between you know, superheroes and the pursuit for perfection and superhuman qualities, and essentially the Aryan Brotherhood of Nazism, and that sort of, you know, Nazi fascistic desire for body perfection.
I mean, yes, exactly. When you think of Hitler, I mean, yeah.
So is all that stuff making this a rich show for you? Are you being surprised by this in the way that you were by WandaVision, or not?
Not in the same way as WandaVision, obviously. And also, I'll tell you what, I mean, Daniel Brühl, I wish that his character... all I'm wishing is that is that his character would do more.
Right.
But actually, the one that I feel the most sort of least for, rather, is the Winter Soldier, who leaves me utterly cold.
Sebastian Stan.
Yeah, and because
is that because he's wintry?
No, it's just like I don't know the actor. I don't know. He's
Sebastian
always bad-tempered. He's
You see, I know what you mean. I mean, he's always been one of my least sort of. I've known the least about him, and I've been the least excited by him. But I do think Sebastian Stan's giving him some... He's breathing some three-dimensionality, I think, into his character.
I hope he will, but at the moment he's not.
Well, he's only got 2 more episodes to breathe anything into anything.
Okay.
Whereas, Anthony Mackie, are you liking him?
I adore Anthony Mackie.
He is lovely, isn't he?
He's the consummate actor, so he's so relaxed that he's almost not acting.
I think if there's one thing this show runs the risk of becoming bogged down in, is that at the moment we have we have 5 key protagonists, all essentially trying to rescue things. You've got Winter Soldier, the Falcon, Anthony Mackie. You've got Zemo in there. You've also then got Walker, who's the new Captain America.
New Captain. You like him, don't you?
I do like. Well, like him. I think I like his narrative arc.
Yeah.
And you've got his colleague, obviously, of which we'll talk a little bit more about in this episode. That's 5. That's quite a lot jostling around to essentially intercept the flag smashers. Now, my biggest problem isn't Zemo, and my biggest problem isn't the Winter Soldier. My biggest problem is with the lead villainess of the flag smashers. And we had a long conversation almost during watching this. I mean, I've talked on the last review, you know, as soon as I hear an English accent, it all sounds so plummy and lacking in drama.
Yeah.
And you thought maybe it was the script, and I was like, no, I think it's definitely her delivery. What's wrong there? It
must be. Well, it was so, yeah. I'm willing to believe that it is that, because English.
But what do you feel's wrong with it?
I think it might be partly the script as well. It was so the lines that she was.
Well, yeah, but I mean, in an action superhero thing, the lines are never going to be particularly sophisticated, are they? It's about. I just find. I mean, I'm kind of leading you to something you said last night, which was it's all at one note.
Yeah.
And
it is.
Do you not feel that?
Yeah.
Well, of course you do, because you told me that last night.
Yeah.
And I think that's her problem. I think it's staying at this one level. And so you're not getting any sort of light and shades to her villainy.
No, exactly.
And then I was thinking, okay, well, clearly the Flag Smashers are meant to be a bit of a Robin Hood outfit. You know, are they freedom fighters? Are they actually doing something quite meaningful?
I mean, even when he said to her the thing about, you know, you could be called extremists, blah, blah, blah. She said like this, we're not extremists, and then carried on. I mean, there was no emphasis. There's no emphasis anywhere.
And I do like the way Anthony Mackie, I felt, was equating his black experience with understanding her feeling outside of the mainstream or feeling not heard.
Yeah.
I think it's very much becoming a series about who's heard by who has privilege in terms of what they have and who they are. I mean, you know, the underlying narrative, I think, is we're all supposed to be thinking that Anthony Mackie would have been the obvious Captain America.
Yeah, it's true.
And yet we've got Walker, this guy who I think he's a really fascinating character, actually, Walker. And I'm really pleased. What I liked about this episode was it put him centre stage.
Yeah.
And I thought, this is about masculinity. This is about a white man who's feeling the pressure of being something he can't be.
Yeah.
You know, he had that moment where he was fighting the warriors from Wakanda, and he was like, they're not even super soldiers and I can't fight them. And you do, and as a viewer, you're thinking, that's not what Captain America's about.
No, exactly.
You've got to be able to fight them.
Yeah.
And he couldn't.
No.
What do you do?
Exactly.
Well, he hits upon the super soldier serum.
Well, we think he does.
Well, he must have done, because he was bending bars and punching people through walls, wasn't he?
Exactly.
So so for me, again, it was a bit more like The Boys. It was like The Boys without the surrealist, scatological humour that there is in The Boys. But I thought this took it to a very rich place for me.
Yeah, I liked it. I like it a lot. I mean, it's nothing like WandaVision, and but that's fine by me. This is far more what I think of as a superhero film. Yeah. I mean, WandaVision was different. It was a sort of like...
But I suppose it's like, I know often people say, oh, you're supposed to be coming to this for this. I come to everything in its own terms.
Oh, of course.
I don't come to, you know, I don't want to come to a superhero film thinking I'm going to get a superhero thing and then just get it delivered. I want to be surprised even within the genre itself. And for me, where episode 3 didn't surprise me at the end, this episode did surprise me, because I thought, oh, Marvel's taken us to a dark place, because in a minute we've essentially got a Captain America at the end of this episode who's killed someone. This is a spoiler, obviously.
Yeah.
He kills someone in the most violent way because he's avenging his mate's death.
Yeah.
You realise that this is a character who's been through the Afghanistan war and has experienced dubious things himself, because they question their own medals of honour. Yeah. They say, how have we been made heroes given what we've gone through? Yeah. Knowing how it played out for us.
Yeah.
I thought that's quite complicated stuff.
It is.
About what it means to be a hero, what it means to be a veteran.
Yeah, yeah.
And what it means to be an American.
Yeah. And the thing was, he was filmed doing it as well.
I know. Which is it's another concept in the Boys.
Another strand. It's
a real moment. This does anyone else feel that? It's a real moment in this episode where I felt a lot of the Boys going on in the super soldier serum. I'm sure, I don't know whether they had this in development before the Boys, or the Boys, you know, inspired this kind of detail. The one part I'm not convinced by is the whole woman leading the Flag Smashers. I just find I'm not entirely convinced by that, and I feel there's almost too many goodies chasing them.
Yeah. Yeah, and she just wouldn't be leading any sort of organisation. She's not dynamic enough.
She's not charismatic enough, is she?
No, not at all. No. Not at all.
So yeah, anyway, I thought this was a really intriguing episode, and I'm really looking forward to watching Walker, aka Captain America's narrative, play out, because this is going to get dark and twisted now. Yeah,
I mean, considering he came into it late, and I thought he, you know, he was sort of, I didn't think anything. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And then he's grown in stature, and then with that sort of thing of, is he going to take it or isn't he? That's a really cool bit of,
yeah, sort of wrong footing.
Wrong footing, exactly.
So there you go. So episode 4, better than episode 3.
Yeah, yeah.
For more film and family fun, don't forget to click the subscribe button and make sure to click the bell to never miss an update.